Hello, I'm Steve Mason and welcome to the podcast for Zilla or Godzilla 1998. I'm pressing play right now on DVD. Okay, this is the most requested podcast so far. Paul Ray has said I needed to do a fucking fast forward review for it. I'll do this podcast right now. There's Adobe Digital sound, fucking flying helicopter kicks in. I'm a massive fan of Godzilla, and this is the glass case DVD with the awesome front cover of the massive foot, not the shitty DVD and Blu-ray covers that have now come along where it's just an eye, a digital eye, which looks terrible. I refer to this film as Zilla. There's no God in this Godzilla. So that is the production companies out the way there. Now we've just got to warn for copyright protection. This is pretty big hype when it came out, the publicity stunt from the trailer that they originally dropped, where it was like the National History Museum and you got the skeleton of the T-Rex, and all of a sudden this foot came in, and it was like a year before the film came out. You believe the hype from back then. I thought that was absolutely awesome. I was intrigued. The big publicity stunt around New York at the time as well. He's as big as this. And you know, sections around Manhattan blocked off of how long his foots were and tails were, and you know, the hype was there. The execution is a different story. Fuck me, how many production logos? We're still going on with all the production logos. But yeah. Okay, so I was a massive fan of Godzilla ever since I was a kid. I do like this montage intro. I don't like it how they blame it on the French when it was really the Americans, because this is all real footage. This is someone's private own little hobby they actually acquired for this, especially the atom bomb going off, the nuclear bomb going off there. It's beautiful but disastrous at the same time. Beauty and disaster, you know how it looks. It's setting up a bit more of the origins of what Godzilla could be. He's going to be some kind of radiated lizard, but then this one's this like the 50s or the, I don't know, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and it's just like all of a sudden, whoa, where'd that come from? So anyway, we'll get off that. I first got introduced to Godzilla by my cousin Brian, who I've just spent the afternoon with Brian's little son Isaac to building a tractor set. Isaac's very young, lovely kid. But yeah, Brian, Destroy All Monsters was the first one I seen, the one where they're all on the island and then they all team up to take down King Ghidorah, sort of an Expendables of Godzilla movies back in the day, after loads of Godzilla movies. Now I didn't at that time know how many Godzilla movies there were. I seen that, the next one, because they used to be on after Vic and Bob on a Friday night in England on Channel 4. I seen that. The next one was the Planet X movie, where Godzilla's hiding in a lake, Rodan's in a mountain, and they go off to fight fucking King Ghidorah on fucking Planet X. Third one was Son of Godzilla. Fourth one was the one with the Godzilla robot theme park going on. Fifth one, I want to say it was the underwater one. There's the nuclear explosion there. The sixth one was definitely giant crab underneath the water. I can't think what the other one would have been. I love that. Looks fucking beautiful, like absolutely beautiful. I mean, beautiful disaster. I mean, look at that, man. That's how devastating man could be. No CGI there. It's all just been filtered, but a lot of the grain is actually from the original negative they had. So yeah. So it's setting off that Godzilla's some kind of lizard, unlike his dinosaur, you know, kind of production dinosaur, you know, whatever. So that was my first experience of Godzilla. Then I seen Godzilla 85. I rented it at the video shop, and that scared the shit out of me, that movie. That is the most terrifying movie I remember as a kid, because Godzilla is evil. You know, he comes as fucking fun-loving, drop-kicking fucking massive dinosaur to something that's just going to stand you on you for the sheer crack. If you haven't seen Godzilla 85 or Return to Godzilla, it's amazing. It does have a scene in like this, what's about to happen. This is an actual model as well. So I was a massive fan of Godzilla. Really hard to get a hold of their films, still is. A lot of them's only ever been released on VHS. I haven't seen a Toho one apart from the original ever released. Guy on the left there, up behind, is another guy who pops up in a load of films. He's in Die Hard, he's in Big Trouble in Little China. Sumo wrestling going down. But yeah, hard to get a hold of the movies, and you know, like in England now, like when the new Godzilla came out, people were like, have you got the original Godzilla? What, the original Toho one? No, the one with Matthew Broderick. Like, fuck off, man, that's the original Godzilla. Like, what are you doing? And like, people are unaware of all these other Godzilla movies. In fact, the only ones that are available in Britain are the ones with King Kong, like King Kong Escapes and Godzilla vs. King Kong. And that's it. The rest of them are just gone in limbo. And hopefully with the rise of the new Godzilla 2, King of Monsters coming out, we will get some form of release of back catalogue of Godzilla movies. So yeah, there's a similar scene like this in Godzilla 85. And I think this is, that's that guy there. He's in fucking loads of films. I do love it in, look at that. There's a Godzilla movie, Final Wars, if you haven't seen that. Zilla's actually a character in the movie, and he actually fights old school Godzilla as a first CGI tail. I mean, that's impressive there. And he gets killed in seconds. Doesn't stand a chance against the original Godzilla. Now, I was proper hyped over this. I went to see this on opening day. I may have not went to school that day, but I was so excited to see it, and seeing the pictures was like an O and an R, because like here you've got the creators of Independence Day. Independence Day had been a monumental hit. Stargate, you know, they'd really done, you know, they were owning it. The CGI breakout, I mean, that's CGI. That's like, rather go and find a decent location, I will just put a fucking factory in the background or whatever. It was good. I mean, like the idea that you're going to have Matthew Broderick in, Ferris Bueller's going to be in it, you know what I mean, Dirty Scientist, Nick Totopoulos, and then you're going to have other people coming along. You're going to have half the cast of The Simpsons. There's like 3 or 4 different people on The Simpsons there. And the publicity alone, the poster alone, was just like, right, it's Godzilla. And then you go in and like, what the fuck? I mean, I walked out of there going, what the fuck? That picture's always freaked me out as well. The people balancing on the plank of wood. But yeah, I've just never been a fan of it. I have got a bit of collecting memorabilia. I do have an action figure of him going around, I think it's the Empire State Building. But yeah, I refer to him as Godzilla. I've got it on big box VHS, DVD, and never bothered with it on Blu-ray. But it's just like, I mean, even look at that helicopter. I mean, I was listening a bit to the audio commentary, and they were like, what kind of helicopter do you want in this scene? How weird does that helicopter look? You know, I'll have that one. This guy on the left there, he's in a lot of the Michael Bay films. He was in Under Siege as well. Nick Totopoulos is an ongoing joke all the way through the movie. This very wet movie. So yeah, so ranting out. Paul Ray always goes, oh, the Matthew Broderick one, the original. I'm like, shut up, Paul Ray. Shut up. Now again, though, you had stuff like Puff Daddy had a massive single, Come With Me, and also Jamiroquai going on deeper underground. You know, it had a lot of pre-publicity for the movie coming out. It was going to be catered to be the biggest event of the summer. Jean Riola, who's walking in right now, shit hot off Leon, you know. But again, it's so in America, like the origins of Godzilla in Japan, of like banning war movies, and just decided to make a good old-fashioned monster film and deal with their fears of nuclear fallout and stuff like that, and create an icon of what Godzilla is. I mean, the model, they've got a Godzilla coming up through the motorway, like a life-size model, looks fucking awesome. And you know, he comes a American remake, and blame it on the French. It's the French's fault. And it's like, really? Yeah, really? Godzilla, you say, what? What did you see? Godzilla. Godzilla. The American term. But yeah, blame it on the French. So yeah, see, it was massive, but it bombed. Left wide open for a sequel, never paid off. Was turned into a TV show that ran and pretty much ran out the license. Brought a lot of toys out of it. But yeah, pretty big flop. Gareth Edwards' Godzilla I thought was fantastic. I love it. Everyone kicks off, oh, there's not much fighting on it, but yeah, you've got fucking Godzilla fighting a monster, and it's just grounded so well to what this is. I mean, Godzilla's a force of nature. He comes and destroys and walks on. He doesn't give a fuck what's going on. You know what I mean? He's not going to stick to a schedule. He's not Brock Lesnar, right? You need to be here, right? You know what I mean? Come and destroy stuff. Like, and then this, he turns up and he wants to lay eggs and multiply, and like, well, you would have to land in Manhattan. Like that King Kong's like place of kicking around Manhattan. Why does Godzilla have to come to Manhattan? You know. Kevin Dillon, obviously, I think that's Kevin Dillon, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's a really good actor, a lot of sympathy. He's great in Stir of Echoes, he's great in Transformers. He's been in a lot of movies, got great comical timing, but quite serious as well. And obviously writing off the fact that Jurassic Park had been and done, and then there was a door opening, you know what I mean? And this is a great... I mean, look at the size of that footprint. That's a great reveal. It's dug out, it's practical, it's there. It's a footprint. I like Matthew Broderick, I think he's a great actor. Tic-tac-toe, motherfucker. So we've got meeting a lot of the other cast as well. Big budget movie though, big budget. I mean, how can you not see something that size this day and age? I mean, fucking hell. It's huge. The design was really weird as well. You know, it went from like Godzilla's... I know Godzilla was originally a guy in a suit, you know what I mean? But like, the whole like lizard thing and... like the Velociraptor. It looks like they've got a lot more in common with the new... whatever they want to call the dinosaurs and... yeah, got some photo centers. Quite a good score. Yeah, big ass footprints. Just dunsh, dunsh, dunsh. CGI. Oh, what's going on? Getting pictures sent to us. Nice transition in New York. Interesting, big bunch. I think this lead actor, I think she's lovely. She's quite, you know, quite cute and quite risk it for a biscuit kind of thing. Haven't think I've seen her in anything else. Life Manhattan Life. There's one member of the Simpsons family. Office Space, little Chip and Jack Flash. Busy how the fucking office is. What is this? A PG? Okay. The Cutthroat Business. Creep. He's a creep. Hank Cesara is in this as well. He's voicing The Simpsons, and I think Yesterday Smith's in it as well. Yeah. That's a big woman. Gum on the nose. Yeah. Good Pedro Bluff. I don't think there's any bloopers. I love my phone. I love looking at IMDb in a bit. I lost a stitch today as well on the roof of my mouth. Still not fully recovered from my operation. There was a stitch right in the top of my mouth, and it was sore. Then all of a sudden it was hanging, but it was like it kept going down the back of my throat, and it's not a dissolvable stitch as well. So I had to go and get that pulled out. That was minging. It's Matthew Broderick. So far, mainly the only famous actor, along with Jen Rizzo, yeah, of course. This is a digital effect as well. Rather than just getting an old ship, chicken on the side and rip some bits out, you know, a budget movie, put it in with CGI, heavily over the CGI effect as well. I mean, video. But again, this is after Independence Day. This was the follow-up to Independence Day. People were expecting big budgets, like from the creators of Independence Day. Godzilla. It's sold on the fucking poster. It doesn't matter that the packaged a pile of shit. It sold you it. I mean, I bought. I went there on opening day. But that's what happens, you know. Even that there, that's a blue screen. Paparazzi crew. No, it's the French. It's great at comedy. Comes off quite funny. Elvis, he's king. His people. You see how many people's appearing in the background. Yeah, get your people out of there. Bumblebee tuna. Bumblebee white tuna. Yeah. Matthew Broderick is sorted out. There we go. Ugh. I'd say when they were taking my mouth to bits, they were like, oh yeah, like there's funnel in my mouth. And like, well, you're a bit of bone. You go, what? The bit of bone? And like, you showed us this bit of bone, then put it back up my car. I was like, ugh. So this is all shot in a pond. I believe this is shot in the backlot to Universal Studios, which is just this big pond. I think you can see it on the backlot tour. I think as well it's tricked. It's 3 boats. I'm sure on the audio coming on about oh yeah, it's 2 boats, but it looks like 3, but it's really only 2. But this is an interesting concept, you know what I mean? Like, especially how much Jaws was in the cult reference. Like, oh yeah, like Jaws can't, like the whole fucking, it's Jaws elevated. It's not 3 yellow barrels. It's fucking 3 boats, and it's pulling them under. So like, you've had that if you've seen Jaws, and you know everyone's going to see Jaws if you think the creature features by this point, to pull 3 fish, boats underwater. You know, it's in fucking, how big's this thing, you know? And then you get the reveal, and it's like, what? Godzilla 85, you just sort of, like, the first time you see him, you see it from his point of view, and it's like, it comes out the smoke, and it's just looking down on this fucking factory, and it's just so fucking evil in that movie. Like, even the music, where he it's like, it fucking traumatized me forever. Doing the whole pull them underwater. Bye bye ship. But yeah, you can see the edge of the summit there at the back. background, excuse me. I can't think of anything worse than that, like. Stranded at sea with no direction, dark, it's fucking... It's a dark way to go, like. This bit's a bit weird as well, the boat come back out. Still, I mean, I don't know if some of these are done with models and miniatures, like, so. Lovely lightning storm there. Going down. He almost looks like Carl Weathers, doesn't he? It's J.J. Abrams sits there in the background. Oh, so it's Matthew Broderick. See, I clicked an extra. So yeah, it's to blame it. It's a dinosaur, to gecko, it's a lizard. I don't know. Don't know what the fuck it is. I like the approach they took with the new movie, where they're just force of natures and gods, gogs and monsters. Just been to Tesco as well when I came back from the operation, and sorry, get me stitches out, and I got loads of PlayStation games at £2.50 brand new from Tesco's. I was like, fuck me. So it's heading towards New York City, yeah. Had to be, didn't it? The city that never sleeps. And the trade towers are there as well, which is great to see. It's raining everywhere. It's just a very wet film. Again, budget. You know, here comes the rain. There's Hank Azaria, who is one of the most iconic bits in this movie, but obviously again, massive voice of The Simpsons. He's quite funny in American Sweethearts, if you've seen that. John Cusack and Catherine Zeta-Jones reunite from High Fidelity. He's the boyfriend and that. He's really funny. It's one of those films that, unlike Independence Day, that, you know, when that starts rolling at the start, it sets up a lot of different characters and a lot of different situations that, you know, by the end of the movie will be together, and you know, they're all over the place. You know, it can be Will Smith waking up, Jeff Goldblum's trying to get to the Jeff Goldblum's trying to get to the news fucking hell science lab news thing, I don't know. There we go. As I say, there she is connected to Nick Totopoulos, and then we've got the French guys, and by the end of it they're all going to be in a fucking little yellow taxi. Paparazzi law in America there. Big city, like. Fish market. But see, it doesn't really, you know, it's not going to slow down. Again, this scene was heavily done on this is heavily done on the original trailer released. Only thing you want to catch is a cold. Godzilla's just literally like reached out and took that away. Yeah, you can kind of see like the cliche and like, oh, what's going on here? And he's about to do a runner. he was that far away. How was he? Here we go. It's just a popcorn movie built around special effects. Run. Doesn't look like that's aged too good. Getting the time of being a fucking big budget movie. And here we got the first look. There's a tail. Got a boat in his head. Steps over the bridge. Boat. Crash. Another boat. Big foot. That's mainly what they used on the poster. Massive foot. And there, like, it's like straight away, it's almost walking like a chicken. Oh, hold on, man. Fucking hell, that's a mad stunt, that, like. But at the moment, you know, you're invested in it and you think, oh, right, it just turned up in broad daylight, right, fair enough. Like, where's this really going to go? Not knowing what's going on. Mary Burns there. Really? And then obviously this as well, this was obviously on the trailer as well, iconically set up in Jurassic Park, the whole, you know, T-Rex is walking near it and the fucking water's vibrating, fucking all the cars in the street are vibrating. It's like, what? Yeah, really borrowed, you know, like a lot from Jurassic Park, I think. Even the iconic Godzilla roars, not really there. There we go. There we go. It's happened to attack New York, didn't it? And that almost looks like the same scene before, except we're going to pan over and still not fully see it. There's another boat. Where did that boat come from? That might be Yesterday Smith there on the telephone. I'm sure that's the voice of The Simpsons. It's just walked past the... There's Barney the dinosaur on the fucking television. Now there's a real dinosaur. I love you, you love me. I'm sure that's Yesterday Smith. I can just walk past the window. Yeah. Boink. See that? It's the blinds there, but fucking blow that window out. Right? The score's alright. Yeah. Nothing like Godzilla 85. It's just so fucking menacing. So Godzilla 85 is the film that was recut, and Raymond Blur, who was in Rear Window, who was in the original, comes back and they sort of recut the film to the American market, like. Get back here, you retard. So he runs across for the camera. Here comes an iconic, just a whole foot stamp, but then you really know what you're in for. Fucking around with a VHS. I know. Oh. Dunk. See, the foot going down looked impressive. The shot of him, his point of view in the foot, didn't. Definitely. Da-da-da. He's totally like Jeff Daniels, but it's not Jeff Daniels. Evacuate Manhattan. It disappeared. There's a lot of extras in this, like. It's an island. Could have went anywhere, like Hawaii. You know. Japan. Well, okay, no. We're not really going to mention Japan in here. Britain. Could have done it on Britain. Britain's an island. How can a professional cameraman with professional equipment, right, film that badly? He was standing right there. Well done. Footage was terrible. Golf clap. Check out that mullet. Ponytail mullet. That was exactly what I was thinking. Getting a bit naughty with these podcasts. Sandra Bullock is safe. So yeah, it's setting up that, you know, she's trying to be a cutthroat thing, and she's about to make the wrong decisions. Nice lightning strike. And mass panic, I bet they were probably doing that. And New York at the time, though, in the 90s, was really accommodating for film productions. I mean, look, Die Out with a Vengeance. You know? I would love to go to New York, like. But that's all they seem to do for a couple of years, Roland Emmerichs and Dean Devlin, just go around, right, how can we fucking destroy something now? It's almost like film terrorists in a way. You know, or we'll ice the world over. You know, we'll fucking, let's go back to 10,000 BC, or it's 2012, let's like let's have a fucking submarine, let's have a tidal wave go over the Himalayas, that's the idea, and the build around it, you know. Big production disaster movies. I mean, Roland Emmerich obviously did stuff like Universal Soldier. I think he even did The Patriot with Mel Gibson. But it's like, This one, ooh. Nice, he's got some sorty headphones there, gotta have the right headphones. But yeah. Can we got the original Godzilla? What, the Toho one? No, no. It's not the original. What? Is it what? He's almost like the penguin. Bugged. So check out IMDb, see what IMDb's got to say about this. Probably open a can of fucking worms. It's like a mass supply of black. Whoever was selling black umbrellas, it's fucking made a fortune with this film. Godzilla 98. Saying that Shin Godzilla was like dropping crack, like watching that movie. It was a good idea for an origin story, but my god, it was like crack. 5.3 on IMDb. What the fuck? So trivia. Television interview, Matthew Broderick said that the entire cast were given wetsuits to wear underneath their costumes while filming in Hawaii. Despite less than expected box office performance, the film still made more money worldwide than any other American-based foreign movie. Roland Emmerich admitted he did not like the original Godzilla movies. He only agreed the project had been promised being able to do what he wants with the series. So yeah, doesn't like Godzilla, but he's just been given he can do whatever he wants to it. That's, you know, recipe for disaster, that. The film's teaser tale began with a theatre a year before the film was released. The film contained a shot of Godzilla's foot coming through the museum and crushing a T-Rex skeleton, which was cut from the final version of the movie. It cost £600,000. The scene there, where he's just attacked with a fish market, they could have been seen with the fucking museum and the foot coming down, and there should have been in the movie. The meter cab of the final scene chase comes up with $95. Wow. The film created quite a backlash among the base of the original series. The fans concerned a nickname and discussed the film with the original, you know, Godzilla's name only. That's what the fucking guys wrote there. The original plans calls for 2 sequels to be produced. The plans were scrapped due to the poor reception of the film. How would you make more than that, you know, like, it's probably why they did the kids TV show. There's a lot on IMDb about this. I am not going to sit here and read it out. I'm going to sit and just... This is the second film made in a role by Roland Emmerich and team members of the image and Evelyn Presley trademark. Wow. Let's have a look at Goofs there. One of the footprints begins to set a manner that would require Godzilla to hop on one foot to make it. Wow, I'm not going to read them out. So yeah. So Jeff Daniels lookalike is going in a direction that Godzilla has buried his way under Manhattan. Creating some massive disaster shots and effects. So like Jeff Daniels. We'll bite him. So again, with his podcast, it's not like I make any plans. I know the Thing and the Thing prequel and Thing from Another World have been on the cards, but as I say, I've been recovering from this operation, and I just find myself watching loads of movies, and You know, I'm enjoying doing these podcasts. Obviously, they're taking a while to develop and get out there. Darkman 3. I just decided to drop Darkman 3 last night. Darkman 3 had been done for about well over a month, and the idea of doing trilogies where you want to release them so everyone can, like, you know, listen to them back to back, but just to get new content out there, you know. You know, I don't want to sit here and go, this is a bad movie and like how bad this is made, because, you know, time's limited, you know what I mean. But like, everyone has the right to sit there and criticize a movie in a positive, negative way, and that makes sense. You know, I don't know. I'm fucking ranting. This is why I need Jack. Jack said he was going to come over this week at some point, so, because we were going to do Demolition Man, but I'm still a bit curious about doing Warner Brothers movies after that copyright strike. And if me and Jack are sitting here, you kind of need to hear something, so I can't really sit my headphones on. It's the whole coffee jokes. French roast. More cream. It's just a... Okay. There you go. Get yourself a little Kodak camera. A disposable camera. It's a lot of fish. "12 cities dump trucks." Do you realise Manhattan's destroyed? You know, like, I mean, it's almost got like a comedy. Like, he's got a candy fetish. The sergeant in charge is obviously Jeff Daniels, but he's got like rabbit in the headlights look a lot of it. Nick Totopoulos is running around free reign. You know, there's no like how strong the military presence is in the new Godzilla. You know, it's a lot of fish. There's chicken fish in the background. Fucking hell. God, it's so wet. And there we go. All the money in the world in binocular effects. And one of them guys was holding the camera there, so I don't know if he was an extra just disguised. He's holding a gun. Look at all that fish. Oh, get them binocular shots off, man. You've got super army ones, and like, it should have night scope on. Smell the beard. Like in Godzilla 85, when he attacks the fishing boat and all that, he like explodes out this fucking mountain, and like, you don't see him, and just like fucking throws the boat, but like, this guy like floats up and goes on board, and he finds someone hiding in the fucking locker, and this fucking creepy like bug creature flies across and tries to fucking kill him. Like, what the fuck's this horror film? And they get like Weapon X or Project X, try and take on Godzilla, but nah. Godzilla 85 is a lost gem. Like, I can't wait for the day that gets some form of release. Like, hi Forrest. I do like. I will admit this. I had watched it, and I had no fun memories for it whatsoever. And then I rewatched it, and I'm talking about Tower Heist with Ben Stiller. And I really enjoyed it. Obviously, Ben Stiller and Matthew Broderick reunite from Cable Guy. Another film, Matthew Broderick's really good, and Eddie Murphy turned up halfway. But I just, you know, that film was really good. It's like Matthew Broderick was really like fantastically cast and supporting there. And that looks like a penis coming through the floor. So you can, look at him, man. He's like got a 6-pack and stuff. So this is the massive big reveal. Godzilla coming out the floor. Oh, no. There's just something wrong with the colour. Huh? The rain, I don't think the rain would help. It's just something like the... No. It's just, you just don't feel like it's there now. I mean, for scenes like that, make a big fucking head. Do you know what I mean? Like... Wow. So Godzilla's first appearance is to come up and scream. We all got to get a pretty, like, inventive, like, let's go nuts. Look at that, man, even on the screen, there's a massive blue fish. I mean, come on. It's meant to be a military operation, like, go fish, like, what the fuck is that there for? I like it how they kept you spiky back. That's cool. But like, I mean, at the end of the day, if we didn't have this disaster of a movie, you know, we wouldn't have got the Godzilla film that we got a couple of years ago. Because I really, really like that film. It's why I've still got the Stan D cut out. I've bought multiple different versions of the movie. Hurricane Rain was awesome to get as a signed big box Empire magazine, big supersized edition of Empire, and get it signed by Gareth Edwards. So thank you very much, Hurricane Rain, for that. Fuck you, Paul Ray, for saying this is the best Godzilla film. Yeah, let's have a set of balls there, like big giant Godzilla balls. So he's going to take a picture there. Yeah, Kodak reference. So he's just like a massive puppy. We're going to need bigger guns. We're going to need a bigger boat. System error, system error. This is, you've brought us. Fire at will. And that scene's... That's a very iconic scene when it comes to this Godzilla movie. There's that screen there. Taking out the Chrysler building there. I remember sitting with my friend Raoul when we were in school, and we were watching Independence Day, and just the whole Fire and Will thing. Barbara, Raoul's mum, was watching Independence Day, and they're like, bit where the Will Smith's getting shot, and they're like, fire at Will, and she's like, oh, I hope he ducks. And I was like, he's not called Will in the film, Barbara, it's Will Smith in real life. And she, oh, that's right. Raoul was just like so embarrassed. It was so funny. And there we go, we get some atom breath. That blue. Oh, I haven't seen the new movie, man, when he breathes that fire down the neck, and it's like, oh, it's just like, fuck. See there, that scene there, remember how good the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man looked? Do you know, that whole creeping of that eye just floating past there? It's a similar kind of thing. Just running around, fucking Desert Storm. Just running. No point of view of any people on the floor. I know it's fire evacuated, but you know, it's not giving Godzilla any size. It's like showing him how he can be hidden. He's stealthy like a lizard and like hidden within, like, just running up the buildings like Sebastian Foucault. Oh, that might be the Chrysler building. That's the one he's wrapped around the model that I've got. Yeah, just a reason to blow that building up. Well done. Independence Day though held up. I seen that not long ago on Blu-ray, and I was like, it's still good. This, on the other hand, probably not. There we go. You're respecting the classics on the fucking telly there. And then you're just mocking us with CGI. Looters. There's a looter in Godzilla 85. He goes to like his whole meal in the restaurant and all that. And he comes out and goes, rah, rah, rah. He's just like giving Godzilla loads of shit and just gets stood on. The Banshee helicopters, that's the word I was looking for. He's Godzilla smart. He's not gone through the building. He's not in there. Where is he? But we used to like Godzilla fighting other creatures, not fighting Banshee helicopters. It's just like, no, he's definitely not in there. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Aye, whatever. Peekaboo. CGI fire. Not a fan. Yeah, why don't you just fly up? And again though, like this guy flies around, like yeah, he just flew in a massive circle. Because like this, I mean, don't get it wrong, this is a cool shot, but it is a cool shot, but like no. I don't want some candy. Fuck, man. And there we go, another weird scene. Hugging the building, screaming electrocution. That still was on a lot of stuff as well. And obviously showing away the frilly neck as well. We've got everyone going, what the fuck? Yeah. You fed it. Leave it to fucking Broadway. Have some fucking good comedy, like. Totally got a fucking voice actor's voice, like any. Still rain, man. Fuck me. So the girl would have a red brolly and about to see her long lost boyfriend Nick, former ex-fiance. See what's going on in the background. Fairy pens. I'll have them all. Be sure. Audrey? Awkward. Yeah, I'm just buying a pregnancy test. I'll catch you at the back time. No, you know. Like that hair. Can I buy your coffee? I'd be mad. Still got a fucking stitch hanging on the top of my mouth, man. Oh. Can I buy her? A cup of tea. Little nerd. He's a little nerdy lad. Oh, he's got his little office set up quite quickly. I mean, didn't he just turn up? He did just turn up there, didn't he? Just while saying that, the whole fish operation might have been set up for a while. I'd say I got pretty close. She's pregnant. Where's the fun in that? A very unusual hay. Jurassic Park. Did you not watch Jurassic Park? There's the fun in that kind. You just wanted to call him Manhattan? Hey. Fuck Martha Stewart, someone's just sent us that. Paul Race just sent us that. Fuck Martha Stewart and Chucky. There's that fucking prank of wood and the whole balancing act again. Peeking around Top Secret first sighting. Top Secret and red pen. Must watch. Good old VHS. Fuck me, that played before the tape had even hit. Take it, leave it. Cutthroat, edge. Maybe drag me to hell. Take it, no, yes, no. Leave without trace, fucker. It's a lot of helicopters. Should use the new technology, I forget the term now, flossing, flocking, might be the word, flocking. And they were able to put more than one thing in the background and have it just do its own kind of thing. There's a bit coming up here which is fucking stupid. It's this bit. This, right, okay, it's caved in. Then Godzilla just happens to have a wink. He just walks away and it like opens open an eye. Very bad CGI eye. Oh, it's so bad. You didn't hear that, did you not? I love it how she's went to the trouble of like getting it edited on the VHS and all that, and he's able to cut into it. For the red brolly. It's quite a long film, this. This is my breakfast. I'm hungry. Oh, worm guy. The worm guy? So I posted on the movie group there, and Paul Ray's put the best one, Hurricane Rain's Mint soundtrack. Paul Ray started singing Going Deeper Underground by Jamiroquai. Great. And a Green Day on the... I've got the... Actually... I've actually got the soundtrack right here now in my hand. Because I really liked the Puff Daddy song back in the day. Now, I was talking about the podcast I was doing last night. Last night? No, the night before last night. It was Speed. And I definitely need to dig out my Bad Boys soundtrack. But I'm just going to take a picture of this. While they talk about the thing, Godzilla, Lizzie, being pregnant. I'm just going to take this picture. I do apologise for this. Oh, hang on. So yeah, soundtrack has on it Heroes, The Wallflowers, Puff Daddy Come With Me featuring Jimmy Page, Jamiroquai, Rage Against the Machine, Ben Folds 5, Days of the View, Michael Penn, Fuel, Foo Fighters, A320, that's a shock, I didn't realise Foo Fighters were on there, and Green Day, Silverchair, Fuzz Bubble, Joey Deluxe, and then we've got David Arnold, and that is the opening titles and Looking for Clues. So two of the score tracks are actually on there, and the soundtrack just has eyes on it as well. See, the digital eye they have on the soundtrack looks awesome compared to whatever that digital eye wants to be on the new edition of the Blu-rays and stuff. It looks terrible, absolutely terrible. So he stole the story, they've had to cut the footage, cutting them out. Wizard of VHS technology. Who is this Godzilla? Best Godzilla? Jeffrey. You leaked this? I love Matthew Broderick's look there. It's priceless. She took it. Bye bye Nick the Topless, the guy who's been breaking waves. Bye Nick. Ah, fucking elbow, man. Yeah, he's just about to walk behind you. You got him fired. The one and only. Shouldn't have to with you, off the record. Oh, no vacancy. Well, that would make a crisis, wouldn't it? That would make sense. There's a no vacancy sign. Oh, yawn, yawn, yawn. It's all kicking off in New Jersey. See, even though she's just screwing me, you kind of see, like, you know, she plays it well. That's just you know, she feels quite sympathetic for it, like. You know, I wouldn't even like kick her out for shitting in a jacuzzi. You know what I mean? Just like forget the whole farting in the bed thing. It's like she's a beautiful woman. Follow him. Airport that way. No, you're getting kidnapped. Fringe man, he was big, and he really did break America. Warning as well. In a lot of movies. It's the best original Godzilla. Fucking hell. No. It's Paul Raymond's on about this fucking Godzilla. I mean, no. So there you go. He's been spied on by Animal. French separation. Exit no. There's an exit point. Exit point in one way, an exit point in the other way, on the roof there. Yeah, it's a lot of guns. You do realise you're going up against a massive reptile. So here's where he gives you a bit of the backstory that the French are to blame, rather than the Americans to be blamed. It's a mistake. He's a great actor, like. He's in the film 22 Bullets. I bought it. It says The Professional is back, and it kind of looks like it's a sequel to Leon. And it was only a Poundland one. Great Blu-ray cover, because when you bring the Blu-ray cover out, it's got like a reversible sleeve. And I put it on, and it's all in French. There's no, like, the subtitles, but it's no dialogue. So basically, it has this massive, like, drive. This massive drive into town with his son, his dog, and basically gets gunned down in this car park. And it's John Wick before John Wick. So if you know what happens to the dog in John Wick, put it this way, what happens to the dog in this film is fucking brutal. And I've done a review for it as part of the Baboonry series, and he basically gets himself back, and he goes on this revenge And he turns up this guy's house, and it's like this ladder just perfectly placed outside this guy's house to get over his force field fence. And he gets stuck in like barbed wire for like 5 minutes. You know, I watched it all the way through. I didn't enjoy it, but it was quite hard to follow. Like trying to keep up with the French subtitles. Massive house party. Oh, fuck me, that was Rufus. There's Scooby-Doo as well. That was George Thingy Bobby against the wall. I need to check that. That was totally him. That was totally George. I know things you don't see. You don't see someone taking a shit while running at full speed. Him. Let's have a look. I'm sure that was him. I'm positive. Let's have a look. Let's go for Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Get on that one. Let's have a look. George Carlin. That totally looked like George Carlin. So I want to go to 1998 as an actor. Simpsons, Mad TV, Scary Movie, Dogma, Simpsons. That was definitely him. Bill and Ted. Well, it's not showing him on that. It's definitely him. It's not uncredited. Self. It's just it himself. 2004. I'm telling you, that was him as an uncredited cameo. Chewing gum. No. Bringing on the little comedy sidekick. There is a great bit later on when he's going, running would be a good idea. What did he do now? Running would be a good idea. So we've got to sneak back into Manhattan. Godzilla has been missing from this film for a while now. He's creeping around. Rats. There's rats down there. You've got fucking bigger things to worry about rats at the moment, haven't you? You're down a fucking tunnel and Godzilla goes past you dead, really. It's going to collapse and fucking Sloane's not around to fucking dig you out. I didn't say anything, but they've got a quarantine thing going on here. Do you not think Nick Totopoulos would be on the quarantines not let back in list? Put it on the Elvis. Thank you very much. More fish. It's still raining, man. Fucking hell. He's sorry for the actors, like. I think he went on to be in Desperate Housewives. And he has his fucking binoculars shot again. Bring his fucking big camera. Hopefully you'll film it better than the foot stump, mister. Foot rattling. Going down the subway train. Rumbling vibrations. And it gets shocked as Godzilla comes crawling through. He's escaping prison. And you shouldn't, well, I was going to say, he's the biggest of his kind, you should let it go. Just, hiya. Just crawling around like. Looking smaller than he has previously. Oof. The fucking reprojection was better on the original King Kong than that. Jesus. There you go, Mr. Cameraman. Ooh. That doesn't look good. Priceless footage, you got a good shot on it. As Godzilla goes out on the town. There he is. Just go strolling by. You're looking for him, just go strolling by. See, he's meant to be in charge of all the computers, and he comes off as like a little bit of a klutz. Sheep. Oh. Fish trap 2. Jesus Christ. At least they don't have the fucking blue fish on it this time. It doesn't look too bad. It's that shine on it though. I think that's what lets it down more than anything. The shine. Sheepy little hands. It's all like it was lurched down as well. You kind of think though, if they're all taking aim, they've got a tank right between them all. You think they would fire from the tank, wouldn't you? Considering the size of the target. He just wants food. He's not stupid. He's not stupid at all. Fire at will again. free running around the buildings again. More Banshee helicopters in total. Look how many are going there. Another building bites the dust. Let's go for this massive leap, didn't he? It's a massive leap. Better encounter a submarine as well. That's the guy from Friday the 13th 9, I think. Torpedo the fella. Just nah. Aye. Just nah. Just duck. So we had to get the kind of fake death here of Godzilla. Collision with that. It's something about the shine. I mean, we're talking about a 20-year-old film now, man. So, the time, yes. But no, it hasn't aged well. Especially when I keep talking about Godzilla 85. It's fucking terrified me as a fucking kid, that. Very smart, he just took out a fucking submarine. He's a very smart creature. Just swimming along there. Get him tilt. Tries to bury his way and he gets double torpedoed. Dig, dig, dig. No confirmed kill or anything. And I think Godzilla is dead. Floats away. I'm gonna scratch on him as this chair, my lovely comfortable chair, as the rest of the gang start looking for the nest. It just so happens to be Manhattan, Madison Square Garden, who had to become the victim. You're the trash the garden. Fish in a basketball net, for fuck's sake, man. Be a fish or fucking spandex or next for wrestling. Who else is it going to be? Whoosh. And here we got the reveal of the eggs. So again, borrowing a lot from Jurassic Park, where you've had the raptors and the T-Rexes here. We're about to get sons of Godzilla now. The original son of Godzilla, a very popular cartoon, and in the film as well. It's like an island adventure with a spider and ant ones, I think. And very creepy looking model. Yeah. Hundreds of eggs. Got a bit of a problem there, like. Pretty cool to have one of them eggs in the film, like. They're all practical effects, which is awesome. There we go. So Godzilla's came all the way across the Pacific Ocean to fucking lay a nest in Madison Square Garden. It's the plot line for Godzilla. And there's fish everywhere. Do 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 do. I don't think you need to set a bomb on every single one. I mean, how many fucking bombs did you bring? I know, you're telling me. How long is the perimeter of them explosives? Starts rumbling a little bit. Go and do your whole Alan Grant. Put your arms on it. You'd breathe. It's going to set off a chain reaction. Go on, Alan Grant it. The problems got worse. See, that there came out as a practical effect into CGI. You gonna smell like fish? It's a lush camera, like, for there, like. There's a nice practical effect, finally. Into CGI there, which... I'm speechless. This is what's going on right now. I'm watching this and going, It's just smell like fish. So you get, there'll be guys in them suits there. Into CGI and that, you know, it's just like, what? And now we get a Jurassic Park team and there's cutting loads of them. See, some of the ones that are CGI are really dark skinned. Better run. You gonna stop it with baseball bat? No, a bit of wood. Uh-oh. Better run. Face Frenchie down. One guy killed by them. Second guy. Quite a lot of them, isn't there? There's loads. Oh, it just doesn't look very good. Should have just done it with practical effects. What is going on? This is the point in the pictures I remember going, right, no. Like, let's run along there and have 3 of them and not one of them is going to get you. I love fucking reflections of water for pools and all that. It's fucking awesome. Fucking panic by the looks of it. No through traffic. New York City is closed. Fucking owned. Do you need to shout his activation code? Five 7600 code Dragonfly. Use the payphone. Why don't you just use the mobile phone you got in your hand? What happened there? What was that about? Two Frenchies left. They're sacrificing themselves, I think. But like I talk about the Summer of Love for like from the 95 era for me really. I remember seeing Fifth Element advertised in the London Underground when I was a kid. And stuff like you know, even like it gets a lot here, but like the hype around Batman Forever and that kind of stuff, Waterworld. And then this was come along a couple of years later, and it's an era of like not fun kind of movies where you were going to see, like, you were seeing a lot of heavy CGI and pushing limits and pushing boundaries, but it was sort of like, you know, just there's nothing memorable about the time this came out, you know, the experience of the whole thing. Especially the moment Meg's come out, you know, and Meg's been heavily hyped for weeks. Loads of different posters, loads of different stuff. They look fucking fucking terrible. There's a film I've seen recently, it's called, is it Tape 407? So like a found footage one, and actually plane crash on a raptor breeding farm. It's inventive, but at the very end you see a very similar kind of creature. Peekaboo. I see you. So that's the military guys down. So there's 2 people left, well 4. Yeah. No, isn't that an homage to Jurassic Park? The Carnosaur film I've got. It's not, is it? CGI is not good. Outnumbered, there's fucking loads of them. Just kick it in the head, that's right. Oh dear. My head hurts. Sorry. Still on the mend. See that one with the popcorn looks mint. They all look great. They're all there. Considering the shot that's just left where they're all CGI to open in there, and they're all practical ones. I don't know why they just didn't bother like mastering the art of the puppets and going for it. It's Frenchy. You all get reunited. They just happen to take the whole seal with them as well. Coincidence? Yeah. I think we've got about half an hour left of this movie. As I say, it was a very long movie for the time. We're going to get up into the broadcast thing. They're going to broadcast. The building's going to go up. Then we're going to have about a 15-minute car chase in a bit. Never lose the tape, man. They always lose the tape, don't they? Probably where the myth of found footage films comes out. We lost the tape. There's another film. Why don't we make a movie about found footage? That's a good idea. Completely change the horror genre. Not like stand back, watch out, and just about to unload a submachine gun in between the two of yous. Yeah, and if you look on top of the monitor there is an alien from Independence Day model. You see it there? I didn't see that on IMDb. I've never noticed that before. How much attention I'm paying to the film. That's a pretty cool little Easter egg, that. It's hard not to miss when you realise it's on the one of the suits the aliens wear. And the practical effects like that look awesome. Just all going out in a party. It's like Gremlins, and Gremlins 2. Just want to go out in the city. Just want to go out New York, New York. No, hair down, hair down. There we go, she resurrects herself. So it's all happening. All going down. That's the same shot from before, I'm sure it is. I always like the Freddie Mercury version of New York, New York that appears in Highlander. It was pretty cool. Excuse me. CGI. I always remember where I'm seeing it. It's like when it comes through, just almost like there were human hands. Especially the one that breaks forward on the right of the screen in a minute. Imagine that, just fucking bomb dropped on them before she can finish her sentence right there. Keep your hair down. That's better. Jurassic Park, anyone? There, this one closest to us. He's like pushing his way into the window with his arm. Where everyone else is coming in like a T-Rex, this one's just like, yeah, let's lean on that if it's on screen at you. Yep. It's a pretty strong kill. Go, 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 go. Right. Dun, 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 dun. No. Ugh. No. No. How to stop a fucking herd of fucking mini Zillas chasing you? Basketballs and the bubblegum machine by the looks of it. I'm sure you just ran past that one as well. Yeah, fucking Home Alone them, that's what he's just done. Unbelievable. I've been funny with Macaulay Culkin instead of Matthew Broderick. See, look, it's a total like Gremlins 2 moment. Like, pick up the phone and let their fucking Electro Gremlin over. It's a total Gremlins 2 moment. New York, New York. Do, 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 do. See, it's 10:10. They're just waiting up midnight to go out to play it. Less than 30 seconds. So, less than 25, 24, 23, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. You're out, but boom. Run. Run. And the fighter jets to take out the building. Yeah, here they go. Blow up Madison Square Garden. No sympathy for them whatsoever. Just blew up Madison Square Garden, unbelievable. So yeah, I do believe that this would have been, if it wasn't Godzilla and it was a creature feature, right? It would have been fine. It would have even been mint if it was a franchise where Cloverfield years later was somehow connected to it, you know what I mean? The way they did the whole Clover thing for. But like, slapping Godzilla's name on it, just nah. I mean, it could have been an alien. It could have been a dinosaur. You know what I mean? Like, the size was meant to be enormous until it gets to Manhattan. Yes, Manhattan's a big, big city. But, you know, he's like, Godzilla normally towers and just destroys buildings. But, you know, if it was some kind of, like, T-Rex movie, then fine. Godzilla coming up through Manhattan. Tries to wake his babies, just so we realise that he's pissed at the death of his little baby. CGI and practical effects. And then 4 people right there are to blame. He's like, we played Bulletstorm. Bulletstorm's a mid-game, and Bulletstorm's definitely inspired by this as well, as you get chased by this creature. It's a really good game, that. Fucking hell, that's destroying his way down there. Run, run, run. Oh, I don't like that at all. Oh, no. So here we go. We're about to go in the last bit of the movie. Just happened to get the mayor on his own taxi there. and Godzilla's about to chase them around. It's the climax of the film, though, like taking on a fucking giant crab in the ocean, a fucking three-headed golden lizard in fucking space, a fucking Jeff Jefferson, whatever he was called, Jeff Jetro, and the fucking robot, King Kong, fucking King Ghidorah, fucking Rodan, Anguirus, Mothra, you know, none of them were going to take on a fucking taxi. Three people in a taxi. And maybe we'll get a theme park ride if the film's any good. It's like, no, come on, man. Like, he took out fucking Banshee helicopters, three of them, and he can't even take on a taxi. Oh, it's just painful to watching it. He's just overtook them with a leap. Oh my god. It's the first podcast where I'm like, I mean, don't get us wrong, my face is still pretty swollen. It's the first podcast where I'm just like, sort of, feel myself drifting forward a little bit on my chair, going off. Run, run, run. Oh, of course Godzilla would fall over. 180 turn. Go on first. O'Neill! O'Neill. Yeah. Taxi is still going strong. Sorry man, these stitches in my mouth, man. They're just hanging there and... Where's my mouthwash? Ah. There's a couple of lights in there. There we go. Excuse me. So he chucks the manual out and they've had to go and find the correct fucking cab depot. Excuse Stephen. So now he's sucking corn. See, even though, right, if it's a big fucking budget movie, have a fucking massive head. Comes a hand. He's going to get ya. Playing chicken. They're going to play chicken now with Godzilla. Fucking hell, man. Godzilla's just been defeated by a game of chicken. bridge, broken bridge. No. Oh, he's a stealthy assassin. It's normally what appears on the back of many of the DVD boxes, especially the glass one I've got. This is quite good because a lot of this is a little bit practical effects like there. There cuts to CGI. Yeah, just when you thought like the climax of the movie couldn't get more bonkers, there's a New York taxi cab in Godzilla's throat. There you go, go and electrocute him. Where's the power coming from? Ah, and there's still a cable attached, I'll give him credit there. And just as mental as Speed 2. No, Speed, sorry. Go to Brooklyn Bridge. There's put a lot of detail in there. Look at the top of the bridge there with all the steam beams getting smashed off one by one. It's just the special effects haven't lasted there. There he goes doing his whole Sebastian Foucault free running up the building. Porch jumps straight down. But although that shot almost looks the same, he's about to not do the same thing. Crash through the barrier and almost get himself caught in a spider's web. And man's best answer to everything, destroy it. Oh, it's pretty sad, this bit. It's not sad as Fallen Kingdom, Jesus Christ. Poor fucking dinosaur. As well, Godzilla doesn't really die in many films. You think he's dead, he always comes back, even if he took... I mean, honestly, right, I mean, because I was such a big fan of Godzilla 85, because he's so menacing and fucking evil, it's the fucking scream when he jumps in the volcano at the end. And it's the, like, scream of, like, the pitch of his voice. You know, and it's just like, oh, it's fucking, it's like a death cry, and it's probably upset us as a kid. Yeah. Okay. Completely blast them to bits. A well thought out death, but again though, right, if you've got a free trilogy thing, you don't want to kill off Godzilla in the first installment, do you? Oh yeah, there's one left that can be continued. Yeah, but you've killed Godzilla off in the first movie. It's like, where would you go with a sequel in a third installment? Especially when you don't establish that there's another threat and it's just a one-off nuclear thing. You can't bring in like King Ghidorah and stuff like that they've done with the new ones. Oh, that's probably a death cry there, just like death of man. Yeah, and you feel sorry for it. It's doing nothing wrong. It came to lay eggs, and it's like a giant pest. But then man kills him. It's rained this entire movie. Doing the whole King Kong ending as well, with the heartbeat, dun 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 dun. Yeah, giving the whole death scene. That sad ending, like it's proper bummer leaving the pictures. Oh, but there's another one left. I know, but like, you came to see Godzilla. You didn't come to see Godzilla like turn up and just get blasted the fuck off fucking man, run around, try to like raise a family and then just get killed. Again with the fucking black umbrellas. Check out that hippie guy in the background. Ha! Mayor Safe City. See, he just comes off as so like. Hey! Should we wrap it up there quickly? Frenchie's took the VHS. He's had the mobile phone the whole time. Why didn't he ring them when he was getting chased in the fucking taxi? That's a mobile phone he's pocketing all that time. Here, O'Neill, he's the license plate. Right, we'll go and find out what this cab's registered and find the frequency. Why don't we just ring him on his fucking mobile? Oh, there's one blue umbrella. And here we go. Now even the end credit sequence and all that. You know, as we float around Madison Square Garden on fire. Basketballs and we got one last egg that's fell through the floor. Survived the explosion. I mean, you think more than one would survive anyway, but the late hatching. On the final jump scare. Crack. CGI ending. And Puff Daddy kicks in. Right, I'll knock the audio off there because Puff Daddy's about to kick in there for loads. The CGI's just not survived modern standards. If it was not Godzilla and it was some kind of creature feature, it probably would have been a classic. Richard E. Grant, or Richard E. Grant. I don't remember seeing that. I don't know if that's Richard E. Grant. But there's a lot of random like pilots and stuff there. I'm sure that was the guy from Bill and Ted as well before the party scene, but could have just been a lookalike. Soldier on Bridge, Greg Collins. It's the soldier on the bridge. Fucking hell, there's loads of people there. So yeah, I was disappointed when I first seen it, the pictures. And it is, you know, just reading that thing by the director saying he didn't like anything, he didn't really expect where the source material came from. And, you know, just like done Independence Day, and he's a chance to make a big monster movie in New York. And it should have been a monster movie, it didn't have to be Godzilla. If it wasn't Godzilla, I think if it didn't have Godzilla's name on it, it would have been fine. Godzilla's legacy has lived on, and you know, even in Japan, they disowned it as well. They went straight in and they did their own Godzilla 2000s not long after that. And then, you know, they've had Final Wars, and then from the Shin Godzilla stuff, and we've had Godzilla. And when the new one came out, people were thinking this was the original and not really taking time to check out the Toho one. But Return of Godzilla, also known as Godzilla 85, to me is the most terrifying Godzilla film I've ever seen. It is just a force of nature movie. It is sort of, you can look at that one and look at the new one, and just, you know, it just comes in force of nature. But I think you're gonna fucking move. But that, I mean, where's the enemy there? He pretty much comes to New York to lay eggs, and you get attacked by humans, and his biggest foe is a fucking taxi. Do you know what I mean? So to say, over the years I've kept a few bits of memorabilia from it, but I've never got around to even buying it on Blu-ray. I think the artwork that is on the VHS, especially if you get the big box VHS where it's got the massive footprint down, was awesome. To be replaced by CGI eye, it's just poor. I did get Godzilla TV show. I've never watched it. I got it as a birthday present a couple of years back. Obviously it went on to have 2 seasons, I think. Really pushed the toy market, but I think it was just to fulfill the contract TriStar and Sony had at the time to recoup some of the money and appeal Godzilla to a younger generation as well. But, you know, as a Godzilla fan, I'm happy to say in Godzilla Final Wars, when Zilla turns up and Godzilla turns up in Australia and Sum 41 kicks in and Godzilla just whacks him with his tail and blasts him to death in seconds, and it's like, yeah, it's freaking a lovely nod to the head of going, right, fuck you. So yeah, so this film's just gonna bash around for a bit. It's gonna speed it up a bit. Just straight black background, white font, spooling up there, filmed that, I don't really care, TriStar, and that's it. CGI eye for menu screen. Oh, there. I've been Stephen Mason. This has been the podcast for Zilla, also known as Godzilla 1998. Definitely check out Godzilla 1985. Thanks for watching, not really watching, listening. Goodbye.